Good morning everyone. This is Standard 6 Science and video number 2. In this video we are going to discuss a chapter that is motion and measurements of distance, that is chapter number 10. In this video we are going to discuss the story of a transport, standard unit of measurement, SI unit of physical quantities and precaution while measuring the lengths. Okay, now we are going to move to the next video. Please see that. Yeah, now we are going to start the story of our transport. Now, in the last summer vacation, the Sam with his parents have visited his grandmother place. To reach there, they have to first travel by a train, then a bus, and then by a boat. Now he thinks that how ancient peoples moved from one place to another when they did not have any means of transport. From here, the story of transports starts. Let's see how people move. In the previous time, long ago in ancient times, people used to move only on foot and carry goods either on their back or using animals. Now, boats were used for water transports. These boats are simple blocks of wood in which hollow cavity is made. Later, people learned to join different pieces of wood together and gave the shape of similar to fish in water, like that is called streamline shape that allow a boat to move easily in the water. Later, the invention of wheel changed the mode of transport. The design of the wheel was improved. Thousands of years animals were used to carry the goods. Until the beginning of 19th century, only animal power were used to pull the peoples and carry the loads. Okay, then the steam engine was invented as a new source of power. Railroads were constructed for steam engine carriages and wagons moved from one place to another. When came automobiles, steamboat and big ships were there invented for the transport from going one place to another. In the early years of 1900, aeroplanes were developed which were later improved to carry passengers and goods. In the 20th century, faster and mechanized means of transport like electric train, monorail, supersonic aeroplanes and spacecraft were developed. Now, from the series you see the means of transport kept on improving from past up to this place. Now in this slide we will see about the standard unit of measurement. Okay, what is the measurement? That is an important topic. Okay, measurement is an important activity of our daily life. We often have to measure the distance between two places, the time passed between two events, and the body temperature when someone is ill. A tailor needs to measure the length of a piece of cloth that has to be stitched. Need to measure the length of piece of cloth that has to be stitched, and the carpenter need to measure the length, height and width in order to make a chair or table. Okay, this we all measures, but the physical quantity here we will discuss that the length, mass, volume, time, and temperature and speed is also involved. In the early times, people used to different parts of their body to measure the length. Okay, as you are seeing in the here, that how they use it. Okay, now the length of an object was measured by using, first one is hand span. Okay, you can see the hand span. Okay, that is distance between the length of a tip of a thumb to the little finger when the palm is fully stretched is called hand span. Next comes cubit. What is cubit? The distance between the tip of a middle finger and the elbow is called a cubit. Now, pace is there. You can say the pace, tip of a first leg of a toe and back side of an ankle of second leg. Okay, that distance is called pace. Now, foot span. What is foot span? The distance between the toe and the heel of a foot is called foot span. This standard unit of measurements are those that have a fixed quantity and therefore do not vary from person to person and the place. What are they? That is length, mass, volume, time, speed, and temperature. Okay, these are the standard. Now, one important question is there, that standard unit of measurements are those that have a fixed quantity value, therefore do not vary from person to person and place to place. It is necessary to have a standard unit of measurement for the sake of uniformity and convenience in measurement. And the important points is that a copy of standard meter and standard kilometer weight are kept at the National Physical Laboratory, that is in New Delhi. Okay, we use the meter rods. Kilograms weight used in the market are copied of this standard. Okay, the time standard is also maintained by NPL. Now we will see SI unit of physical quantities. Okay, what is SI unit first? SI unit is the International System of Units or the SI units, the short form of a French language name Le Système International de Units. Okay, this is, now we measure the SI length in meters and we write in the small letter as you are seeing here. Okay, SI unit of time is second and we write in the small letter S. SI unit of kilogram, that is kg. Okay, SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. We write K. Now the measurement of length. How the length is measured? Okay, the length is measured is a distance between any two points or a place, that is length. And what we measure? Width, breadth, depth, thickness, distance, and height are all the measurements of length. Okay, length can be measured with the help of ruler also. Length can be measured with the help of measuring tape and meter rod also. Okay, to measure the small length. Okay, that very small object. Okay, it is, we use the millimeter. Okay, for some larger than the very small object, that is we measure from centimeter. The unit is centimeter. Now when we have to measure the bigger object or a longer length, then we use meter. Okay, like our clothes, we use the clothes 1 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter. But as we move the longer length or a distance measured between the two cities, okay, the distance between one place to another, okay, that is measured in the kilometer. Okay, longer length or distance is measured. Yes. Now in this slide you will see the precaution while measuring the length. First of all, to measure the length of an object, Okay, we place a scale along the object in such a way that the zero mark of a scale coincides with the left end of the object. Okay, and the length of an object is then obtained by reading the scale division coinciding with the right end of the object. Okay, now we will see what are the precautions we take. Okay, the precaution we take, first one, placement of scale. Okay, here you can see about the placement of scale, how the scale has been placed. It's straight line. Here you can see. Okay, the uh, substance has been placed at from the zero. This is correct one, this is wrong one, because here the substance has been placed back from the back side, and here the substance is placed from the in the middle, so it is difficult to measure it. Okay, now in second one, in the position of eyes, how you will keep the position of eyes. Here you can see, if you are putting your eyes slant, then you will get a wrong value. Okay, if you put a position of your eyes this side, that is also slant, and the value you will get, that is also wrong. Okay, fluctuation in the value you will get. But we have the position of eyes should be the correct position of eyes is also important for taking a measurement. Our eyes must be focused exactly above the end point of which we are taking measurement. Okay, in a straight way. Third one, now, that is worn out end. Okay, worn out means sometimes we use the repeated use. Okay, due to repeated use, the zero marks of the scale get worn out. Here it is broken. Okay, zero is broken. Now we cannot see it clearly. Also sometimes the end of the scale may get damaged. Okay, in the end it get damaged. Sometimes in the middle it get damaged. Okay, so we will get a difficulty on that. Then on that condition, what we should do, in such condition we should measure the length on object starting from any other marks of the scale, say 1 centimeter marks. Okay, reading of the other end.